Let's get to this other huge matchup here. We got number 19 Army. They are taking on number 6 Notre Dame. Notre Dame favored by 14.5 in this one. That game is at Yankee Stadium. Very excited about this. This is an Army team that can present a challenge from the standpoint of not only the makeup of their offense with the triple option. Bryson Daly is a big quarterback, and he is a physical guy. He does not shy away from contact. Also, in the situations where they do decide to drop back and throw the ball, been pretty accurate getting it to the wide receivers there. It's a Notre Dame team, as we know. They start the game running the football. They're going to want to end the game running the football. Nicole, how do you see this going?
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, I spent the day at West Point. Just an amazing place. Completely recommend getting there, going to a game there. It's like a bucket list item. They are pumped. They are like really ready to go. They had to, had a raffle drawing for tickets for the cadets, and like only 300 got to go for free. And wearing their uniforms and everything. But everyone else could get tickets and try to come either way. So they're really amped. They're undefeated. They have an outside shot at the college football playoff, right? Like if they win the American and end up being the highest ranked group of 5 team, they'll be in, which is an incredible story. But also that they'll play in the conference championship game, their first year in the American. They still have the big Army-Navy game. Both of those teams got a lot of fanfare this season. So there's so much still to go. And it's interesting because when you're on the post, which is what they call like their campus, everything says beat Navy. Like it's everywhere. And then you're like, well, do you want to beat Notre Dame? Like, where does that stack up? It's second. It's not the main thing. The main thing is beating Navy. Like that's something that your legacy is built on. Your life is built on anytime that you're interacting with anyone else from the military. So I think they're going to be ready. But I think that they're also kind of a little bit playing with house money in this situation because, they have played a lot of teams. The schedule conversation has come up with them, right, about not a lot of teams that have winning records. And they've been able to blow people out. And then, they did survive the game when Bryson Daly wasn't there due to an illness. So I think that they're going to be formidable. They will be up for it. This is the second option-based team that Notre Dame has played, and they crushed Navy. Like we know there were a lot of turnovers, a lot of forced turnovers, but they were up for that game. And this is a program in Notre Dame that always plays an option team every year. So I'm not worried about that. Like I'm not worried about the preparation. The Irish have played so well over the last, 8 weeks now, that they've really figured out who they are. And they are, with the way that they run the quarterback with Riley Leonard and all the different things that opens up, it's a little Navy-esque, a little Army-esque, right? Like they have that opportunity from someone who also is the quarterback. I'm not that worried. I think Notre Dame will cover the 14.5 points because I think that they are happy to be in the position that they could host a game in the playoff. I think they are a different team now. And they've survived injuries on the defensive side. So I think that they will be victorious. But man, I really like this Army story, this Army team. Jeff Monken's a heck of a coach. And that they have this wrinkle that they can throw the ball more than they used to. They used to call them wide blockers instead of wide receivers. Like this is a different offense, but is still option-based. And I think Notre Dame will be prepared for it, and this defense will be able to handle it. And Riley Leonard and company will have a little bit of a field day on the ground and take care of business.
Yeah, I'm leaning toward an Army cover in this one, but Notre Dame's going to win the game. I don't know how 14.5 is a big number to me.
It is a big number.
I'm not.
Notre Dame is crushing.
They are.
Right now.
No, I'm with you there, but I'm not saying
spread.
that it's going to be a super close game, but I could see this being like a 10-point game in the end. It get a little bit mucky. Both the teams running the football, not a lot of time to really pull away because the clock control and all the different factors that come in a game like that. But I think it's going to be exciting. Can't wait to cover that one over the weekend.